Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for January 7th, 8th, and 9th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, I'm going to use my decks. Okay, for the main readings, I'm going to use my Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards. I'm going to pull one from my Colette Baron Reed cards. Also, too, I will pull one from my Emily Anderson crystal deck. Now, for the overview, the introduction, we're going to go back to Radley Valentine, my Archangel Power Tarot cards, and we'll pull one from my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy, but remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I'm an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. My job, just deliver the message. So, yes, there's been a lot of changes in my life in the last 3-4 months. So, just want you to bear with me. Some of you know what those changes have been. They've been very exciting and loving changes, but they still have been changes, and they've been keeping me quite busy. Now, I have been feeling very much, even though I was looking astrologically, well, we got some stuff going on, but not necessarily a lot of bing, bing, bings. Not a lot of, it's just kind of like in a pattern, in a standoff type of energy up there in the universe. However, when I was doing my meditation, praying, whatever you want to call it, I was getting a lot of supernatural energies that was extremely busy. It was almost like a train terminal or an airport terminal, something like that. It was like, flights coming and going, people, or I shouldn't say people, energies, golden energies, silver energies, just, kind of swirling around. And it was just very, very busy. Now, what does that mean? Whenever I see terminal type of energies, it could be that we might be hearing more about more people passing to the next level. It could also be a lot of ascension energy happening for the people that are here. A lot, because we have been, you are brought here, we're brought together because we are of the light, and it's not easy to stay in the light. It's not. There is so much dark energy, and I do not have my glasses around, but we'll continue. There's so much dark energy around us, and we are the flickers. A lot of us are the anchors in this world, in this universe. Okay, so we had some cards already flop out, whatever I want to say. Okay, so we've got these are the 3 cards, and again, I do not have my glasses. I left them in the other room, but I will have them for the readings. So we have a number 1. Okay, these are major arcana cards. We have the Magician, we have Justice, we have the Ace of Raphael. So the Magician, number 1, and the numbers have strong meanings. We need to remember them. We need to look them up. You can, in search browser, like right now, there's a 181. You can put that in, and angel numbers behind it, gematria. There's little ways of interpreting. There's a lot of little ways to interpret numbers. Also meditate in, your intuitiveness, your intuition in itself. But the Magician, number 1, new start, new beginnings, Archangel Asriel. The Magician connects with that higher power. The Magician receives a lot of its resources or her resources from higher power. The Magician says everything is ready. We have what we need. Things, we just need to have faith. We need to believe. We need to put this out. Now, we have a lot of Aquarius energy right now, and that's an air sign, and I am really a big believer in speaking things out, putting it into the universe, keeping it positive, putting the positive out. We are in that new moon to that full moon energy, so there is a lot that we want to request. So something for this weekend is very much that there can be some major activation, major changes being put out there. We need to really stay positive. The Magician is bold. The Magician does not tread in fear, does not live in fear. The Magician throws out his light, and also, too, there's kind of an orby type of energy here. So now, let's see if I can read this. Okay, you can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful, beginnings. So there could be some major changes. Like I said, in that supernatural realm, there just seemed a lot of activity, a lot of, and I don't know if that's just, it felt busier than normal, okay? Now, we have an 8. 8 has, oh, and this is Raziel, and this is Raguel. 8 has unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities. It is the number of, if you think of it this way, infinity, infinite, okay? Justice has a legal energy to it. Justice also has a karmic energy. We are about to go into Mercury retrograde, and Mercury is in Aquarius, but we are going to go into retrograde. I think that's around the 14th, 15th. I think right around then. So we are in that shadow right now. And again, Mercury goes retrograde 3 times a year. It is a very fast energy, very fast planetary movement. And, and what happens is it appears to go retrograde, okay? It's an appearance. Now, again, Mercury is in Gemini, so there is a lot of communications. Mercury is about communications, also electronics. And I do have a lot of karmic energy here too. So, that Saturn in Aquarius, Mercury in Aquarius going retrograde, anything could be possible. Anything could be happening, so just be aware there is a lot of karmic energy when Mercury goes retrograde, okay? And justice could bring about a lot of karmic rightness. Now, is that rightness in what we think should happen? I can't really tell you that. But maybe to that supernatural realm, it's kind of like balancing those scales, making things, balancing and putting things into a better perspective. Okay. So, fight for justice and equality. Rulings made in your favor. Don't give up. And now we come to the Ace of Raphael. Now, Ace, number 1 again. So we have that 1 energy again. Raphael is our water energy. It is our Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, fluid and emotional energy. Okay, so things are happening. Now, when is this full moon in Cancer? I think the full moon is in Cancer. Let me double check on that because I don't want to, I don't want to tell you something and it not be true. But I think it's in Cancer this time around. Oh my goodness, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Let's go on in here just for me to take a look. Now I could be wrong, which I'm not going to say I'm not. But the full moon, where are you, full moon? The full moon, yes, the full moon will be January 17th, and it will be in Cancer, so I do think that that has some real strong energy, and it will go into, the full moon will be the 17th, so 117, 6:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, full moon energy, Cancer, fluid, emotional. There is a new emotional wave happening. It's something that really, it's a new spirit. It's a new, like, oh my gosh, there's something that's very, with the Ace of Raphael has a lot of positivity, but it's very emotional. So as we go into Mercury retrograde and as we go into that new moon, be aware that our emotions can be very, very engaged. So Mercury retrograde again, Mercury entered Aquarius on the 2nd, and it goes retrograde on the 14th. So, so there is this very strong emotional new experiences going on with this. Okay. A positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. So things, considering we have the major arcanas, the Archangel Power Tarot cards, and then we have this with the, fulfilling spiritual insights, right? There is going to be a very strong connection with that spiritual world. Like I said, there is the, I do feel like the spiritual world, the metaphysical world is extremely, extremely busy. Things are happening. A lot of times that's behind, it's the behind the scenes, the moon type of energy. So there could be a lot of connections this weekend for many, many people. And that can, while things are kind of getting themselves in a very strong place, it can be very overwhelming too. Now, Out of my Colette Baron read, The Good Tarot, comes the Queen of Water. The Queen of Water. Now, royalty, queen. Queen's underlying energy is water again. So this is water, water. This is water also. The queen is very, connected. The queen is kind of almost a little bit too involved and a little bit too emotionally connected. However, the queen feels things very, very deeply, wants things to be better, wants things better for her family, for the people that she loves, the people that she rules. So I do feel that while we have this very major arcana stuff happening, I do feel this could be a very emotionally unsettling weekend for everyone. But it is something that purges us. It's something that pulls out some of that darker energy even from ourselves. Now, we are humans. Humans have that dark energy. It's part of our nature, part of our DNA. But it is looking at that, and it's looking at that, and I do feel that there's going to be some purging of that maybe. So if you're crying a lot this weekend, if you're just feeling things very deeply, know that something is going on in the spiritual. Things are being cleared out. The energies are clearing up. But it's still emotionally unsettling, okay? But, so it's kind of like the good news, and the bad. Good news is things are happening in that spiritual. The good news, again, things are clearing up, things are being made better. However, the bad, if this is bad, it's just going to be very unsettling, very emotional, very kind of like, when you just have that major kind of that meltdown energy, and then when you're all done with it, you say, now I can go on. Now I can go on. That's this type of weekend. Overview. Let's see now, as I start, let's go and see what the individual sign energies will be. Okay? Okay. Hello, my Virgos. How are you? How does it feel when you've met a lot of your goals, so now you have to make some new ones, but it's going to take a little time to identify those. Okay, so right now I kind of feel like you're kind of adrift. Not adrift in the physical realm. I think things are moving really well for you and they're going where they need to go, but it's kind of like when you've met your goals, it's like, did you have more goals waiting to step in? Okay, oops, as I bounce that around. I do feel that I do feel really good advancement for my Virgos. Be careful, be around, be watchful of people that may not necessarily appreciate your advancements. Okay, let's see what we have here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, all 3 are reversed. For my Virgos for the weekend. First card, 5 of Earth. Okay, 5 has some change energy, positive and negative. It's also the number of grace. Sometimes it's about things that, we don't necessarily deserve, but they're good things. Earth energy is your energy, my Virgos. It's also Capricorn and Taurus. We are in Capricorn season. Venus is in Capricorn. Pluto is in Capricorn, so there is a lot of this earth energy going on. This has to do with money situation. So I do feel, my Virgos, you might be in negotiations regarding a salary. You might be in negotiations regarding a mortgage. I'm not doing financial or legal, except that I feel that you're in some sort of financial negotiations. Now, the thing about this, my Virgos, is let them, again, this is just because based upon my managerial in my prior life career, is basically let them offer. They'll ask you, what do you want? You can then say, well, what is the, if this is the job, and jobs are easiest for me to explain. So, so you can say, well, what is the salary range for this position? They will then usually they'll come back and tell you it, and then you can say, I want the highest. So this is ways of negotiating. They can come back and give you a they can tell you, for people that don't know this, they can say, okay, we're going to offer you X amount of dollars, and you can say, I am really very excited about the opportunity. I can't wait to start with this position. I was looking for XX amount of dollars, and then you put it out there. Okay, so I do feel that there's negotiation. I do feel there's anxiety with this negotiation. It's kind of like, why don't you just offer me the XX dollars and not have to do it? Well, you know what? Part of this is you standing up for what you want, okay? Asking for what you want. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get it, but this is you just not saying, okay, the universe is going to, you know, put things together. Yes, the universe does put things together, but the universe expects some movement on your side also. And this is going to be a weekend, this Friday, probably more Friday, but where you are going to be called into, you're going to be like stepping up to the plate, baseball analogy, or metaphor, analogy. Stepping up to the plate. This is a time for you to ask for what you want. Okay? This is one of those life lessons. This is, you know, many times you struggle, you keep putting it forward, you make your hints. This is for you to be bold and ask for what you want. It's okay. All they can do is say no, but they could say yes. But when you're asking for what you want, find out what they have to offer first. I've had many people, again, ask for what they want. Sure, we'll give it to you. We were planning on giving you more, but that's okay. Okay. Fear surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, uncertain self-employment. So that's the thing. It's not. I don't necessarily think that the money situation is a problem. I think you asking for what you want is more the difficulty. Okay, next card is the Star. Okay, so we have a 5, we have a 17, a 1, 7, 1 new beginnings, 10 transition, 7 divine number. Okay, so there is a lot of divine energy here. This is the Star Archangel Jophiel. Jophiel has a lot of creativity. I know it's not a 3, but Jophiel does have a lot of creativity. And again, it is trying to inspire you. Archangel Jophiel is trying to inspire you to reach for the stars, reach for what you want. Again, I feel like this weekend is all about you coming to that second step, that next step, that ascension step. But the thing about it is it's also in that physical plane, the physical realm, but there's a lot of supernatural help available. And I do think it's all about you really voicing and putting out to the universe and putting it to whatever this negotiation's about. It's asking for what you really, really want. Again, you may not get it, but you may. And later on, as you know, if you don't ask and then you find out that they would have, could have, you know, then you feel discontent. So ask for what you want, and then you know you tried, okay? But the Star is also about wishes, wishes coming true, wishes happening for you. Happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans on the right path. Your last card here, reversed, release. Okay, so now we have that 1, 3, and I told you 3 has creativity, celebration. 3 is also very, very powerful. Archangel Asriel. So something ends in order for something to begin. Now this is in the, you know, just to kind of, this is in the traditional Ryder tarot. This is the death card, but death does not mean necessarily that death is death. Well, what it means is something ends. Something has to leave, and then something is birthed. Seasons move. Sometimes it can be a very slow death, a slow change, and then it could be a very quick beginning too. So something is happening really now in this weekend. Something ends for something to begin. A lot of career change in here. A lot of you stepping up to that plate and asking for what you want. That's a big change. It's a big hardship for my Virgos to ask for what you want. You know, there is a sense of rightness for you that's saying, well, what I'm asking for, you know, it just should be common sense, common decency. You know, it's the right thing, but not everybody does the right thing, okay? And my Virgos, that does go against your moral code. So go ahead, ask for what you want. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. Ask. Okay. This talks about the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. Okay, so we have that 51713. 31715. Those numbers, you know, that 17 is very big for me. 13, not so much, but the 17 is really powerful there for me. Again, maybe it's the star, dream big, make a wish, put it out there, believe. Ask for what you want. Okay, let's see what my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracles have. Okay, so here we have that one energy again, reversed energy. Love begins, new relationships, new starts. Again, you have that one energy going, new emotional partnerships. A lot of this has to do, to me, this has to do with partnerships. Not necessarily that romantic love, but it's just really, there's a replenishing, this has a very strong supernatural energy to it, and the water is replenishing. It's replenishing your spirit, it's replenishing your soul, it's replenishing your connection with higher power. Okay, so again too, the other thing that I would say, considering that you have these two archangels, if you're doing negotiations, my thing is I call on higher power when I walk in and say, give me the words, please give me the words. Okay, let's see what we have, what crystal or energy for my Virgos we have here. This one is also reversed, so some strong stuff happening. Moonstone. Okay, well, I think Moonstone's good for this calming of emotions, because asking for what you want is not easy for my Virgos. Female fertility, so that is also preparing the soil for growth, calming emotions, attracting new love, growth. I like Moonstone. Well, I like all of them, but Moonstone is good for this time for you. Anyway, my Virgos, it's not easy to ask for what you want, but you can definitely do it. Okay, practice in the mirror. Anyway, my Virgos, remember the buttons all down here, like, share, subscribe, click on that bell, notifications. As always, my Virgos, know that you are loved, stay shining, and be blessed. Bye-bye.